large number. And we are producing now very fast. We have 2 new machines. We have modern banking halls. And we continue improving our systems. And as we speak now, we have continued opening more offices. We recently opened Kericho office. We opened Bungoma office. We are now going to Nyeri, Garissa. And we're also thinking of opening Machakos so that we take these services closer to the people. We are really committed, Your Excellency, to ensure that we support labor migration, and we are in this to ensure that all of us create opportunities and facilitate Kenyans for labor migration. Thank you very much for listening to me, and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, PS. Maybe PS also wanted to mention the now famous Counter 33 at Nyayo House, the express way for people seeking migration. And he assures me that Counter 33 is a famous, not infamous, but a famous county for labor migration. Thank you so much for that. Just briefly, I want to invite the PS Parliamentary Affairs to make a very few quick remarks before I invite my PS.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Excellency, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, CS Alfred Mutua, my colleagues, PSS, Kenyans who are going to UK, good morning. Just to wish you all the best as you go to UK. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate PS Diaspora Affairs and TVET and all those who worked together to ensure that this came to pass. As a State Department for Parliamentary Affairs, probably I will wish to let you know that we are working very well as a State Department that is coordinating the legislative agenda of our government. We are working together with the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection to ensure that the labor migration bill and the labor migration policy is approved by Parliament so that this area can be well governed and the people that we are going to be sending out, like you, are given the right treatment out there that they deserve. So labor migration policy is with Parliament and soon is going to be approved. Labor migration bill is being worked on by the ministry and is progressing very well. I want to reiterate what my colleagues have said. Would you please be our good ambassadors wherever you go? Work, 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 and work so that you open more opportunities, not only for agriculture, but also for other courses that we offer in our country. Your Excellency, agriculture is one of the pillars that our government is very keen on. And it is such a great opportunity to have our young people go there to offer or to go and give out the skills that they have received in our country, and more so to also gain more knowledge outside there so that when you come back, we re-energize the sector of agriculture, because if we get it right in agriculture, we are going to be great as a country. Kindly be our good ambassadors. May God bless you. May He give you favor and protection. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, it's now my pleasure to invite somebody who has been the chaperone of this initiative. Somebody who is extremely passionate about matters diaspora and who is very, very compassionate about Kenyans in the diaspora. It's now my pleasure to invite the PS for Diaspora Affairs, Ms. Roslyn Njogu, to make her remarks and take over the rest of the program. Karibu.
Wow. Sometimes ideas are usually just an idea in your head. And then when you see this, it blows your mind. I'm very grateful to see the work that we've been able to do and to see how the Lord has blessed our work. So, Your Excellency, Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, Prime Cabinet Secretary, and the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Dr. Alfred Mutua, CS for Labor and Social Protection, my colleague PSs, my team, principals of TVETs, CEOs and other senior government officials, our esteemed guests, Mkulima Majuu, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. I'm really delighted to be here, as I said, to welcome you, to see off these energetic, exciting young people who have secured themselves wonderful opportunities in the UK and are going off to take over the world and to share their skills in this Mkulima Majuu program. But Your Excellency, when I speak about this, it is not because of any heavy lifting on my part. I have had, as you know, a fantastic team that does the heavy lifting behind the doors. So the team from Diaspora Affairs, if you could just really stand really quickly so that people could clap for you. I'm told we should recognize people while they're alive. Thank you. Your Excellency, as you know, this is our team that has done heavy lifting, not just in putting together today's event, but these people have been in TVETs, in Bukura, in Iata, in Jeremiah Nyaga, in Kerua, TVET, in everywhere in this country, ensuring that these young people, when they interview, they can do well. So well done, my team. I'm very proud of you. So the Mkulima Majuu program is really an initiative of the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, as you've heard, that we worked to structure to facilitate the employment of seasonal workers abroad. The program started in July of 2023, really with only 3 colleges or 3 institutions participating. And I'm delighted to announce that the program has now grown to 13 institutions and has expanded that far, with 1,567 young people benefiting to date. I want to thank the PS for TVET, as you heard, my big sister, the PS for Immigration, the PS for Labor and Skills Development, who is not here with us, but his waziri is here, the PS for Youth Affairs, the CEO of the Youth Enterprise Fund, the Commandant General of the NYS, and the British High Commission for the facilitation of the various aspects that have made this program a success. Maybe just to share a little background, Your Excellency. This started out as a joint effort between the State Department and the Kenya High Commission in London, where they identified job opportunities available in the UK firms. I'd like to pause here and really recognize the hard work that was done by Ambassador Manoa Esipisu, who unfortunately is not here with us today, but heavy lifting by our Balozi in the UK, who managed to convince this recruiter that does not recruit from Africa to come, and in his words, he said, go and try, recruit from our schools, try 100. They came, they tried 100, and these young people, the Hoseas that are sitting here, Your Excellency, did not disappoint. They went, and in true Kenyan fashion, they worked hard. They worked hard, and within a month, the team was back to recruit more Kenyans. They said, we have found a group of people that is hardworking, that does a fantastic job. In fact, one of the things they told us when they met with us is, PS, for the team that has been with us now for 3 months, we have only had 1 sick day. Only one person has taken a sick day, and that person had sprained their hand. So this is a team of fantastic hard workers, and we are very, very proud of you. I think we can clap for them. So, sir, as we engaged the different firms and companies to see what opportunities were available within the global labor market strategy that you know is GOK's response to labor migration and to helping Kenyans find opportunities, not just within Kenya, but within the labor market that now exists abroad. That is how we came across the work that is done by Hobbs Labor Solutions, which is a UK-based company that is involved in the recruitment, migration, and supply of seasonal workers to various firms across the UK. And as they say, the rest is history. So here we are, and today we are here to see off and to give some remarks to these 350 young farmers who are going to the UK for an adventure of 6 months, and in 6 months tupatane hapa na mkuje na kama mmebeba pounds kwa mfuko as we have agreed. So when we started, we noticed that a number of youth were having a hard time raising the money they need to actually travel. So and we were losing opportunities, and a number of the TVET principals started to reach out and say, we have these fantastic kids, they have gotten these opportunities, but they're struggling to raise the airfare or the visa fees or, cannot pay for the passport. And very quickly, Your Excellency, the PS for Youth and Creative Economy came to our side and said, we will work through our youth fund to be able to fund these young people so that they have an opportunity to go. So I'm truly grateful to PS Ismail Maalim Madey for the work that he did, and because of that, every young person now who gets this opportunity will be able to live because Youth Fund imemshika mkono. So we are very grateful to the Youth Fund program. So any of you who might be experiencing challenges, I ask that you reach out and we'll be able to sort that out. PS, TVET already spoke about the fantastic work that has been done by PS Immigration. We have not struggled. They have made that Counter 33 has been going nyue, as they say. It's really worked out. And I want to thank you, PS Bitok. You've always supported our work, and we are grateful. So, Your Excellency, to note that due to the hard work and dedication and good behavior, 80 of the initial group of 98 who came back have already been redeployed to the UK under new contracts. So this means that if you do well, if you work hard, people notice your hard work and they want to work with you. So we expect that this program will continue to grow, and we will continue to access new markets in other parts of the world, in Canada, in Australia, and other places where we can continue to have agricultural workers taking up these opportunities. To the outgoing Wakulima, as has been said, this is an opportunity for you to make some good money, to invest it, to bank it, to make sure that you do something amazing for your life with it. The Kenya High Commission in London is expecting you, and they are there to support you. So if you have any concerns, please reach out to our team in the UK, and they'll be very happy to support you. And they have already told me watakuja visiting day. They will come and see you in your various farms. Your welfare is important to us, and it is the bedrock of the work that the State Department for Diaspora Affairs does. We are here to protect, to engage, to empower, and to prosper our diaspora. So protection is the most important thing that we do. Finally, Your Excellency, as my big sister mentioned, we do have a diaspora job fair that is coming up, and these diaspora job fairs are an important part of the global labor market strategy, where we go out to various counties and explain the labor migration processes, documentation, and so on, but also have opportunities to bring labor recruiters, employment recruiters to mashinani, and people then are able to apply for these opportunities. And I can see some of the TVET principals here who have worked with us in previous job fairs. So on the 28th to the 30th of August, tutakuwa Vihiga. And we are looking forward to that. So thank you, sir. And as I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you well as you travel to the UK, as you become our diaspora. We are here to support you. And our team here is very happy to give you details on how you can contact us in case you need our assistance. So we wish you Godspeed, and we are grateful to see you go. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to invite Dr. Alfred Mutua, the Cabinet Secretary for Labor and Social Protection, to give his remarks and thereafter to invite our chief guest. Asante sana. Karibu waziri.
Good morning. Mambo? Fresh. Your Excellency, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Diaspora Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, my colleagues, PSA secretaries who are here, ladies and gentlemen. I was quite impressed that Veronica and Hosea, despite having been Majuu, did not speak with a foreign accent. Unajua kuna watu wanaenda ngambo for 2 weeks. Wanarudi wanaanza kusema nipatie chapari. Nitaka ugali na sukuma wiki, nyama choma hii, nyama choma chimjushana hii. And it was a pleasure listening to them. I lived overseas for nearly 15 years and I still speak like a Kenyan. Sa watu wanaendanga hapo wanajifanya tu ati anaenda kidogo, they can't understand. Sukuma wiki. Ilikuja ugalai, you know, wanajifanya hawajui lakini you squeeze a vital organ, they start speaking normally. Congratulations for all of you. Congratulations for the team that has put this together. And it's good to get opportunities to travel and to work and to make money. And as you work, and this is my first official function, PCS. I showed up to the office for 10 minutes and then came down, so I'm very happy to be here. As you work and you go to work overseas, we're also going to be creating jobs here for you. We have a big program of getting online work here, getting call centers here, getting investors here, so that even as some are going overseas, other work will also be realized over here. But I really want to encourage all Kenyans, if you get a chance to go and work overseas, please do. Countries like Singapore, countries like China, countries like Malaysia were built with money that came from their citizens going to work overseas and coming back home. Na mnajua kazi ni kazi, si ndio? Si tunasema kazi ni kazi. We are putting together a portal, and it's one of the things that I want to do in the Ministry of Labor, and that portal will connect all our Kenyan young men and women, people seeking employment, to jobs. There's a portal, lakini iko tu hivi, ni wachache wanajua, where you'll be able to go there and see the thousands of jobs and how to apply for them. Na unajua ukifanya hivyo, Professor Bitoka hapa chap anakupatia passport, si ndio? Tunakupangia unaenda ngambo. So it will going to be very, very fast, so that now it doesn't matter where you'll be in the country, you'll be able to work from your constituency, find a job, and we'll ensure that you get that opportunity to go and work overseas. The program is, right now we are pushing maybe 2,000 workers per month, per week. And my task is to push it to 10,000 a week. That means 40,000 young people to go overseas per week, which means we'll be looking at getting a minimum of about 1,000 plus per county per week, because we want it to be national. As we look at skills development and some of the things that you're doing and applications, but also we are going to create a list of licensed and proper agencies so that you do not pay money to people. And the way it works like this, Your Excellency, when a recruitment agency is looking for people to recruit, they should not charge you. I have worked overseas. The recruitment agency is paid by the company that the people are going to work for. So they should not charge you for the job. You get what I mean? Lazima ujipange mambo ya ticket na nini, maybe that, but people should not be charged by recruitment agencies for their work, because the recruitment agencies are already paid a lot of money by the people who are looking for the people. I think that's what we saw in Saudi Arabia and other places. They paid a lot of money. So they should not be able to charge our people, because uko hapa umesota, si ndio? Hauna pesa kwa mfuko, alafu mtu bado anakuitisha pesa, uende uze shamba ndio uende ng'ambo. So it shouldn't be like that. So we're going to make sure we line up this system, and I want to give notice to rogue agents that your time is gone. Please, I give you 1 week to pack and move away from Kenya. Because now we are not going to get play around with people's lives. And I want to apologize on behalf of the Kenyan government and all of us for the many young people who've been conned their monies. And we are going to make sure the people who did this are arrested, locked in jail, and we grab their assets and we give money back to the people who are conned. As I conclude, I asked my peers here about where the people come from, and I realized most of them are from Bungoma or Eldoret and a few from Nyandarua. I hope that next time they'll be the face of Kenya. Because Kabonzweni, we also farm. We also farm in Kisui, in Nyaribari Church. People also farming in Wajir. And as our president says, let's push the face of Kenya. Let us be deliberate, as he says, so that it's not just the opportunity, we need to be deliberate in how we present the face of Kenya. So that now we have a full program, so that people from all over this country know that this is their country. Kenya Kwanza government is for all of us, and we're able to go well. Kwa hayo machache, nafurahi sana, ningependa kusema hivi nikimalizia. We need to tell your stories. Hosea, Veronica na wale wengine wote. I'm going to task my team here that after we are done to talk to you. Kuna huyu kijana hapa anaitwa James, huyu amevaa hii kofia maalum. Maswali watakuuliza, what is your name and age? Where did you go? What did you do? How much were you making in a month? What did you use the money for? Umeelewa? What is your best experience? Na kama uko na picha unatumia. Then we are going to make a small video for TikTok, a small video for Facebook, for Instagram, so that other people can actually see the good work that the ministry and the PCS has done, and the teams that you've done, and all our teams, so that we can tell our story. Because our big problem we are facing right now is that we are not telling our story. So mkimaliza msiende tafadhali, watawa interview, then we'll put together a very good sleek video that is going to be out there for Kenyans to see your experiences. And you tell us what you've done with your money, whether you came back and married a second wife, or whether you use that money to buy a tuk-tuk, or to buy an Uber, what you use that money for, or to build something for your mom. It's good for Kenyans to see. Mbele iko sawa. My pleasure to welcome His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi to officiate.
Okay, please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Alfred Mutua, the Cabinet Secretary for Labor and Social Protection, Madam Roslyn Kathure Njogu, Principal Secretary for Diaspora Affairs, Principal Secretaries present, Madam Warrior, Bitok, and Madam Aurelia, Chief Executives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and Mkulima Majuu. Good morning. Now, before I make my remarks, there is a governor who had a campaign slogan. He's still a governor today, from Busia. He kept on saying two words, Sitia Lume. You can write it down, S-I-T-I-A-L-U-M-E. Very easy to pronounce. Just try it, Sitia Lume. I want to hear it, Sitia Lume. Now, let me tell you why I'm saying this. This slogan was that, in simple words, is the person who does not fear the morning dew. If you are a farmer and you fear the dew, then you're not a farmer. So, Mkulima Majuu, you are people who are ready to wake up early, and if you think this is cold, you will know what cold means where you're going. So if you fear the dew, you better return the passport so that you're not going. So I'm asking, are you ready for this? Are you ready? You're not scared of the morning dew? Good. All right, let me make my remarks. I am privileged to be here for this momentous occasion when we are sending off 350 beneficiaries of the Mkulima Majuu program to work in the United Kingdom. Let us congratulate these young men and women for securing a unique and invaluable opportunity to work in the UK's agricultural sector. The government has facilitated their travel through the Youth Fund, as you have heard. These beneficiaries stand on the threshold of a journey to transform their lives while making an impact on the development of the host country and our beloved nation. I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to His Excellency President William Ruto for sowing the seed of this great initiative that is being implemented by the State Department for Diaspora Affairs together with all the departments that have stood forward here today. To PS Njogu, you are leading this initiative with passion. You have established powerful collaboration with other state departments, agencies, and training institutions that have contributed to the success of this program. This collaboration is critical to addressing the pressing issue of creating quality jobs for our youth in line with our government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda. We are also making an important contribution to the global commitment to eradicating all forms of poverty in accordance with the 2030 United Nations Agenda for Sustainable Development. Creating jobs for our youth across all sectors and regions will expand opportunities to reduce poverty and improve equity. The Mkulima Majuu program is structured to facilitate employment of seasonal agricultural workers abroad. It has connected Kenyan youth to seasonal agricultural work opportunities in the UK. Through the Youth Fund, the diaspora farmers receive government support to cover their travel costs. This incentive has increased the uptake of the program. I am delighted to note that this program will start off on a pilot basis, which started off on a pilot basis in July 2023, with a few collaborating technical and vocational training institutions, has expanded to 13 institutions. The program has been a catalyst for transforming the lives of young Kenyans, fostering skills development and transfer, as well as creating meaningful employment opportunities. The future prospects hold a promise for increased opportunities for Kenyans. To you, the beneficiaries, I assure you that the government has prioritized the protection of the rights and welfare of Kenyans abroad. We shall endeavor to facilitate you with consular services. Let me also challenge you to remember to contribute to our nation building by saving and investing back home. This will enable you to grow and touch the lives of needy Kenyans. You will also be ambassadors of our country. Through hard work and strong work ethics, you will market our nation's rich talent of resilience, well-educated, polite, and entrepreneurial spirit. I once again take this opportunity to say hongera to you as you embark on this remarkable journey to work in UK farms. You are opening a new chapter in your life. So carry with you the spirit of determination and excellence that defines our country. Congratulations and best wishes for a fruitful and rewarding experience abroad. Let me just emphasize 1 or 2 points. First, let me start by thanking our TVETs, the ones who are really molding the young people here. If you could stand. Thank you. There's a very strong drive from the TVET. Not too long ago, the president was marking the 100 years of the TVET program in Kenya at Kabete. And it shows that this segment is going to become very critical in preparing a lot of skilled workers across the country who are going to take up assignments both here and also in other parts of the country. So we want to tell the people there that Rome was not built in a day, but it takes brick after brick after brick to build the kind of team that we are having here today, and the many others who are also being prepared for other areas. But it requires all of us working together holistically and being able to move forward. So we must continue to skill our young men and women. The second point I just want to emphasize is that to travel, you have to be processed. And I really thank the Immigration Department, Bitok and his team again, for making sure that you are facilitated so that you can move and be able to get to where you want to get. Sometimes there's a lot of talk out there that people are being obstructed, people are not. But did you hear what he said? He said there are 110,000 passports lying with the immigration. Why are they there? You applied for your passport. Go and get it. So sometimes there's also a message that nothing seems to be working in government. But on the other hand, you can see that work is done, but people don't reach out to go and pick the document or service they required. So the 110,000 people, please go and pick up your passports so that you can move to your next stage in what you want to do, rather than continuing to delay. We want to have a good legal framework. Right now, the government of Kenya is involved in negotiating a lot of bilateral labor agreements. But as we negotiate those, we also want to improve the legal environment around it. Next month, the government of Kenya is going to sign with the government of Germany a bilateral labor agreement, because Germany is looking in the medium term or medium to short term, they're looking for close to 250,000 skilled workers in different sectors. So we must prepare as Kenya so that we can take advantage of that. And Kenya is at the forefront. This is going to be signed, and believe you me, it is going to be the first such bilateral labor agreement that Germany is signing with any country, and more so in Africa. So Kenya is going to take the lead in this. And here we want to commend the Department of Diaspora. They have been pushing this agenda very, very aggressively, working with my brother Nganga's ministry, the Labor Ministry. So things are happening. Things are happening to be able to get opportunities for Kenyans. But remember, the bulk of the jobs will still have to be here in Kenya. We are alive to that. We are taking advantage of the opportunities that come beyond our borders, but the bulk of the jobs will obviously have to be created here in Kenya. And we are aware of this, and that is why when we talk about the need to have a stable nation, a peaceful nation, don't take it for granted. Because that is the environment that generates jobs. A state of conflict will not generate jobs. A state in conflict will not generate jobs. It has to be a peaceful nation. Today, as we speak, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, through the Department of Diaspora, will issue some kind of statement, briefly, just to alert Kenyans to the fact that we are also facing challenges in places like Lebanon. We have close to 26,000 Kenyans in that area. The temperatures are heating. Conflict is mounting. They had gone there to work. But you can see, and we pray that the conflict does not escalate, it goes down. You can see that if the conflict escalates, there's a possibility that 26,000 Kenyans who are earning as resources for themselves and for their families could be out of employment. So there's every reason for us to know why peace must be the anchor of what we do. If it gets worse, the challenge is that we will have to figure out how to save as many Kenyans and evacuate them from that place because of conflict. I want you young people to know that we had to evacuate people from Sudan. We even had to offer such services for people in the Middle East, in Israel, Gaza. Some didn't want to come back, some opted to stay. But if somebody is opting to stay in an area where there's conflict, what does that tell you? It tells you that for that person, an opportunity to work is perhaps a matter of life and death, to the extent that that person is not scared of the bullets and the grenades, but they want to work. But you should not work in an environment of that nature. You should be working in an environment where there's peace. So, as we send you out there, please become our ambassadors. Help us to convey this message that peace is going to be the anchor for all we do, even here. How many young men and women have lost their jobs because the factory they were working in was looted, or the machinery that was being used to manufacture certain things have been damaged because of the riots? These are the consequences of that kind of approach. So I'm taking time to speak to this because it is important. And I'm addressing the young people because when they stood on this platform, they said they are Gen Zs. So I'm speaking to this in this very passionate, calm but emotional manner so that we can reach out to our younger people, brothers and sisters elsewhere, that this thing can be quite serious if we push it too far. You have made a point. The point has been received by the government, by the president. Now, let us go beyond that and let us deal with the actions so that we can be okay. Finally, please respect the laws of where you go. Respect the laws. If you have to obey the laws to work well, obey the laws in that country. Don't go to another country and assume that what you do here, you can do in another country and you get away with it. Please, live by the rule of the law. You are 350, others will go. We don't want to hear that a young man or a young lady was being arrested because of being drunk and disorderly, or was arrested because they got involved in some awkward activities. They got involved in some illegal trafficking of maybe some drugs, and in the process you ruin the reputation for everybody else. And then when you are arrested and you are put there, we are left with a situation where now we have to start struggling on how to assist you. Don't put Kenya in that situation. Lead by example so that more and more young men and women can get opportunities. That discipline that was mentioned here as you go. Be very disciplined, focused, and respect the rule of law in those areas. Last night I was watching the Sky News. I don't know how many of you had a chance, but you can pick it up on the YouTube. And one of the judges, they were locking up people because there has been a share of demonstrations, violent demonstrations in the UK. And I was watching where the judge was pronouncing a sentence for two fellows. Both of them got 2 years each for being involved in violent activities and demonstrations in the UK. This happened only this week. And within a very short time, the court in the United Kingdom is sentencing them for 2 years. Na hapa mtu akishikwa, because they were involved, wanasema pana, wachilie huyo mtu. And you can see in UK, in just a matter of 1 week, they have sentenced away 2 fellows for 2 years. I'm not selling fear to you. But I'm trying to tell you that if we don't tell you these things, who else will tell you? But I know, for you to have been selected, you are disciplined, you are focused, you're going to work. Please do just that and make Kenya proud. So I want to take this opportunity to now formally say that we have the honor, all of us here, my colleagues, to send you off to the United Kingdom of England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, so that you can start a long and successful journey for your career. Pongezi for those who have qualified, and we look forward for you not just imparting skills there, but also bringing back some of those skills so that you can also grow our agriculture, because it is agriculture that will generate the largest number of jobs for Kenyans through the value chain if we are focused, and I believe we are. So God bless you, I wish you success, and hopefully very soon, after 6 months, We'll be meeting some of you the way we have met Veronica and Kiplimo. I'm sure we'll be able to have you coming to tell us your experiences and sharing with us. God bless you all. Mungu awabariki. Asante.
To invite Dr. Chukwu from Bungoma National Polytechnic to close with a word of prayer, and then we shall guide you on how we take the photos. Karibu.